Yo, 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 guys, the D here to give you your daily dose of vitamin D. Gonna do a rundown and a tier list on these new patch 2.4 rune words that we've got. Not really gonna go into too much depth, just my initial thoughts after reviewing them. Uh, Gonna be a pretty short video, so let's just go through this list. I'll display the stats of the rune word on the screen as I'm going through them, so won't really hit too much on the stats. And I'm just going to go in order that they're listed on the patch notes. So we've got Plague here. This is trash. It's going in the trash. Totally worthless. No one will use this. It takes a high rune or two high runes basically, and it's just no good. There's no build that's going to utilize this. It's awful. So it's in F for fucking useless. Next up, we've got Pattern, and this is a claw. Um, it's maybe as a leveling item, people will use this. So we're gonna go ahead and put that in B tier for you know probably useful leveling as a martial arts build. I'm sure it'll see some use at the start of a league. So B tier for better than a white item as you're leveling a martial arts assassin, which we'll have to it's the jury's still out on whether martial arts assassins are going to be playable or not. Up next, we have Unbending Will. And this is going straight into S tier. This is really nice. It takes pretty much the highest rune is a foul or an IO rune. You'll have plenty of those. This will be a really easy rune word to make. If you can't find a six-socketed sword, you can always use the Larzuk quest reward to get your 6 sockets. It's got 300 to 350% enhanced damage, as well as some other nice stats. The bonus to barbarian skills and the 18% chance to cast taunt is kind of interesting. I could see this being used on a barbarian mercenary. If the barbarian mercenaries start getting some use, which I'm sure people will use them just to check out the changes, and putting this into an ethereal item could be really good if the barbarian mercenaries are really tanky, and I think they made them even more tanky this patch. So it being able to taunt while it's attacking is good, and this has built-in life leech, so you've got basically everything you want on a mercenary right there, and even as just leveling as a barbarian, that's a lot of damage, pretty good chunk of damage. Increased attack speed. I mean, this has almost everything you want. It's not end game, best in slot, but it's down and dirty, and it'll get the job done. So, from these runes that we've got here in 2.4, this I think is probably the best one. Next up, we've got Wisdom, and it's kind of interesting. It's pretty cheap to make, and I could see people using this. So we're gonna put this in the B tier again for probably decent for leveling for certain builds. The piercing attack and bonus attack rating is nice. Cannot be frozen's good. That's about it though. Mana Leech is nice. It'll probably, if somebody's trying to make a throw barb, they'll probably get this. And for the piercing, as they're leveling, I'm sure there are probably better items later on though. Up next, we have Obsession, and this is going into F tier. This is also fucking useless. So it takes a ridiculous amount of high runes, and all you get is basically less than if you use double spirit, sword, and shield. So, um, yeah, no one's gonna make this. No one's gonna use this. It's absolute dumpster trash garbage. I don't know why what they were thinking when they made this staff. So next we have Flickering Flame, and this is another winner in 2.4. So I don't know if I would put it in S tier out of these, but definitely either A or maybe S tier. I'm gonna go ahead and put it. I'm gonna move it up to S tier because this is gonna be, well, no, I'm gonna put it back into A tier because you can't really level with this because it takes a Vex rune. I forgot about that. So it's, it's pretty good if it can break fire immune with the minus fire resist. That will also be really good. I don't know if it will be able to break immunity though. But it's going to be good for fire druids and possibly fire sorceresses. I don't know if it'll be really used on too much else, but it's definitely going to be good for that. I could also see it being good on a druid who is using fire claws and mixing in some fire skills as well from the elemental tree. So this item I think has some potential. It could even, maybe depending on how strong holy fire is, potentially it could be good there as well. And last we have Mist. I think this is also pretty garbage. It's a little bit better than these two down here in F tier. I'm gonna put this in C tier, depending on all the changes. I mean, it's pretty expensive. It's like 2 high runes, and I mean, yeah, it's basically 2 high runes. So I could see this getting some use. It's got some nice stats on it, but it's 2 high runes, and I don't know how much it's gonna stack up compared to everything else already in the game. Looking at it, I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe up here. I could see this. I could see this being potentially an end game item. 100% piercing attack. Yeah, we're gonna put this in. We're gonna put this in A tier. Maybe even S tier. I could see this being in game viable. Maybe even best in slot for certain Amazon builds, and potentially even, well, you're probably not. You might put this on. I mean, I don't know how good the rogue mercenary is going to be, but this has potential there as well, with the concentration aura and the +3 skills, etc. So well, yeah, we'll put this out of these runes here. I'm just ranking these rune words of patch 2.4, not comparing it to all other rune words. So we'll say, out of these rune words, it's probably one of the best up here with Unbending Will. So this is what I think of the new rune words, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you think I got this wrong, or if you think maybe some of these are better than what I think, or possibly worse, or I'm missing, potential builds. Let me know down in the comments. Let me know if you guys are excited for 2.4. It goes on the PTR tomorrow. And thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for watching. And remember to give them the D.